In this lesson we're looking at sound and vibrations. Now all sounds are produced by some type of vibrating source, and here we've got an example of a number of different sound producers. We've got a guitar, a drum, a loudspeaker and a recorder, and in each case some part of the instrument or object vibrates. So for example, in the case of the guitar, it's the guitar string that vibrates. In the case of the drum and the speaker, it's a membrane that vibrates. With the drum, the membranes are made to vibrate by hitting it. In the case of the speaker, the membrane is driven by an electronic signal which is directed to the speaker. And in the case of a wind instrument such as a recorder, well, it's a column of air within the recorder that vibrates. Now you can find out a bit more about how a recorder works if you look at the practical demos section on sound. Well, basically what happens is as you blow into the mouthpiece, you cause a column of air inside the recorder to vibrate. So it's vibrating backwards and forwards like this, but very, very quickly. Okay, so in the case of wind instruments, what vibrates is the air column inside the instrument. And the same is true for woodwind instruments as for brass instruments, for example. So what do we actually mean when we say that a source is vibrating? Well, let's have a look at a very simple guitar string. So this is my simple guitar string, and when I pluck the string, what will happen is I pull it downwards. Alright, so the string comes down first of all, then it goes back up to the middle, goes up and then back again. Okay, so it goes down, back to the middle, up to the top, then back to the middle again. And we call this one cycle. Now the pitch of a note is really a measure of how high or how low the note is. And the pitch of a vibrating source is really the number of cycles that will be completed every second. So let's consider, for example, the top string and the bottom string of a guitar. Now the top string of the guitar is the heavier of the strings and the bottom string is the lighter of the strings, the thinner of the strings. Now when you pluck this top string, this is top E, then it will complete approximately 82 cycles every second. Right, that means every second. That's to say, it will go down to the bottom, to the middle, back up to the top, back to the middle again. That's one cycle. It will repeat that motion 82 times every second. And when you pluck the bottom string, well, this will vibrate even faster. It will vibrate with the speed of 329 cycles per second. Now, the measure of how fast the string or the membrane or the column of air is vibrating in musical terms is known as the pitch. So we call this, in music, we call it the pitch of the note. So a source that is vibrating with a low pitch vibrates with fewer cycles every second, and a source which is vibrating with a high pitch, for example as in the bottom string of the guitar, vibrates with much more cycles per second. Now in science we use the word, instead of pitch, we use the word frequency. Okay, we can talk about the frequency of the note. Okay, so we say that the bottom string vibrates with a higher frequency than the top string, but both of these words are exactly the same. They are equal in meaning. So the frequency again is the number of cycles that a source will complete every second as it vibrates. So we can say that the higher the pitch of the note, then the faster the speed of vibration. example of the source. Likewise, the greater the number of cycles that the source completes every second, and therefore the higher or greater the frequency of the vibrating source.